In this video, we will be looking at many types of drone remote controls that you may come across. This remote is made for the Inspire 2. This is a standard DJI remote control. As you can see, there is a mount for your screen, whether it is a tablet or a phone, or this mount can be changed to replace it with a different type of mount. Back here, we have the antennas where you can see you can move them to the best position. Down here, we have your joysticks that help control the drone. You have your buttons, both the home button and toggle, and your power button. When you press the power button on or off, for DJIs, you need to do a short press and then a long press. When that happens, you see that we have these LED lights will indicate the power supply in the remote control, and this little light over here will tell you the connection status. Turn it off, short press, long press until it shuts off. Here's the back of the remote control. As you can see, there are also wheels and buttons and toggles. These wheels help control the camera, either left to right or up and down. Here is your capture button, as well as your toggle to change from what type of drone you want to use. On this side, you have an action button where you can pre-program it to do something that works for you. And then you have your pause button for video. That is your standard remote control. Here's the remote for the DJI Phantom 4 Pro and other Phantom products. As you can see, it is very similar both in the front and in the back as the Inspire 2 standard remote is. As you can see that the landing toggle is not on this particular remote because there is no need. It is a Phantom. Other than that, they're very similar. Here we have the DJI Sendence remote along with the Crystal Sky screen. The Sendence remote is meant for the larger drones such as the Inspire 2 or the Matrice series. The benefit of this particular remote is you have more buttons down near you to do more actions and to view your small screen as well as your large screen. This large screen is brighter, which means you do not have to have other accessories in order to see it. As you can see on the back, is very similar buttons, but a little bit more. You have some buttons that are up in the back are also here in the front where you can see them. You also see that this is the antenna where it's bigger, flatter, and can be moved into different positions. But also, like most DJI remote controls, the power button, you press short press and then you press a long press and it will turn on and you will be able to view it on your small screen and on your large screen. This particular remote is for the Mavic Air 2, very similar to the other Mavic series remote controls. It is very compact, as well as it has a placement for your phone. As you can see, this is the placement for your phone. Or you can get a mount for your tablet. The Mavic 1s and the Mavic 2s as well as the DJI Spark drones, have their phone mounts below. This one is above. There is also a smart remote that, just like the Sendence remote, has a screen already embedded into the remote control so that you do not need to use your phone or your tablet. Similar to all DJI products, a short press and a long press will turn your remote on, and a short press and a long press will turn your remote off. As you can see, it is very much laid out the same, with your action buttons, your camera switching buttons, and your other buttons back here. Here are some non-DJI remote controls that you may come across. This remote control is a Bluetooth remote that is standard to use with the DJI Tello. Tello drone is great to learn how to fly on without spending hundreds or thousands of dollars. As you can see, it looks like a game controller. This pops up. You can put your phone onto the cradle. It has buttons very similar to a game controller, with your 2 joysticks, your various buttons, your other motion buttons, and your menu keys. Also, it has trigger buttons for other types of actions. Here's another standard remote that you will find more along the lines with practice mini drones. These drones are mainly used for racing or indoor racing. As you can see, it's another remote that looks very similar to our game remotes, where you have your joysticks, you have your various action buttons, your movement buttons, and your triggers for different looks. This particular remote is used in flight simulations. You will find these with other remote-controlled model aircraft. If you have any experience with manned flying simulations, you will see one of these. As you can see, it's larger. It has your 2 joysticks, your various menu buttons, as well as other toggles that you can change your specs on them.